good as soon as you're ready.
I'm ready. Everybody good? Well, first, we'd like to open up with our condolences. Our thoughts and prayers are obviously with Brown University, their community. Obviously, we have a very, close relationship as schools, but as basketball programs as well. Mike and his team, they do a terrific job, and it's just a really unfortunate situation. And so many people have been impacted in such a, tragic way, and will never be the same. But, obviously from our standpoint, we're thinking about everybody up the road, and in particular, obviously the ones that have been impacted and the families have been impacted the most. So I don't think there's been a guy on our team or on our staff that hasn't, thought about it or talked about it or looked at it in a very real way. If something can happen, right up the road like that, how close to home, it can be. So it's a tough time, and we're thinking about those guys, and obviously we're hoping for the best as they get back up and running as a school and also as a program. Tonight was a tale of two halves. The first half was really unwatchable, at times. We played a tight first half offensively. Getting adjusted to what they were doing seemed to knock us back a little bit. And then, 11 turnovers after the week that we just had, you could just feel it out there that we weren't playing freely, we weren't playing confidently. Second half, much more in character in terms of how our group plays. And I thought that group that started the second half started with great energy defensively. It started with some deflections, some steals, Tyler on the floor, hustle plays. That led us to get the game going a little bit. And then, some of the shots that we had in the first half, we made in the second half, and played a much better half, only turning the ball over, I think, 2 times in the second half, which was a great positive for us. So we defended pretty much the whole game. We took the first half off offensively. Second half opened it up a little bit, ended up getting a good quality win. Jim's a great friend. He's obviously a great URI guy, loves the university. It was good to bring him back as well. But I'm happy for our kids that we're able to get back into the winning groove here. We've had a tough week with illness. It's going through everywhere in the country. You got guys sick, so RJ wasn't available tonight. We had 3 or 4 guys not available for practice, so we're going through that. Hopefully over the next 3 or 4 days, we can continue to maybe get a little bit healthier, feeling a little bit better. And we know we're going to have to be much better against Northeastern a week from now or 6 days from now, because they're obviously a very good team. And so we'll finish up the regular season here in the non-conference, hopefully, with a better group, a little fresher group, and an opportunity, obviously, to get another win before we head into conference play.
Coach, first time all year you changed the starting lineup. What was your thought?
Production. Jameer has been very productive, trying to get him more minutes, and starting the game for us with him in the game is obviously something we want to move towards, getting him a little bit earlier in the game rather than have him come in. I didn't think he played great tonight. It's probably one of the few games that I thought even he pressed a little bit, but just in general moving forward, his production has earned him the right to get more minutes.
I don't think Alex Crawford played the second half at all.
He didn't.
And you had a shorter lineup.
Yeah, it was a tough game. We're playing to win, and RJ wasn't available tonight, so Miles was going to have to be in there most of the night. I thought Damon, not playing a lot of point guard, giving us some minutes there and playing off the ball a little bit, but Jonah and Miles were going to have to go the distance for the most part. And then, as the game plays itself out, that first group in the second half commanded the ability to stay on the floor together for as long as they could because they were playing well. And when you can get some momentum, you don't want to lose it. And I thought they did a good job for, a really good portion of the second half of being able to break the game open for us. So we didn't sub that much tonight.
I wanted to ask you about if shot selection was discussed at halftime. The first half, 2/3 of the shots were 3-pointers. The second half, it was 50%. It was more balanced.
Yeah, I think, part of it is, they chose to play a style of play they hadn't played coming in. They were able to switch a lot and keep us in front and, force some threes. Some of our threes were good. Some of our threes weren't. We were reluctant at times to not shoot good ones. We have to shoot. But we turned the ball over 11 times again. And I think more than anything in the first half, shot selection, I think 18 or whatever of our threes, and we didn't make them. But the inability to convert, the inability to run good offense with 11 turnovers makes the game feel funny. So second half, obviously, shot selection came down, but they chose to play the way that they were going to play tonight, which was going to give the threes. And I thought second half, Miles making a couple big ones. Jonah, obviously Tyler hit a couple as well tonight. But just in general, we took 34 threes. It's probably a little bit too many, but we did a better job of running offense in the second half and just being able to play inside a little bit more. And we got some defense to offense. But we'll watch the film. We'll look at it. We got to get a little bit better. It's the second game in a row where a team has chosen to play us that way, where you're going to get some threes. You got to be confident and let it go when you're in rhythm.
Archie, you mentioned Tyler. Second half, he comes out, he has a steal, he has a couple other energy plays. You just need a guy to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it at halftime, who's going to ignite us, and it wasn't going to be scoring baskets. Who was going to ignite us? And I think if you looked at the first 4 minutes, 2 or 3 deflections, I think one play, especially early in the second half, where he stole it, dove on the ground, and got it. Like, you have to have some momentum in games in college basketball with guys doing things that just energize you. And we've had a lot of guys do that over the course of time, but he is a guy that makes so many things happen in unique ways defensively that he needed to be that guy. And I thought that he got us started. He gives confidence as he goes at times. A lot of other guys go. When he presses, we press. But I thought his defensive mindset, our team's defensive mindset in the second half ignited confidence. Sometimes confidence, like I told him at halftime, you got to play with confidence, but you got to earn it. And part of the way you earn confidence is you go out there and you compete, you play hard, you don't worry. You try to make plays, hard plays. And he did that for us in the second half. And you're right, he does. We need guys that, like, at the end of the day, you can count on. It's going to make that big play for you to turn the momentum. And I thought that was a big stretch for us first 4 or 5 minutes of the second half.
When you have a tractor pull like you did the other night offensively, and then it leads into the first half.
Yeah.
How much do you have to stress the guys that, look, you might need to find a side door here.
Right.
It's be straightforward.
It's a good point. So I'm going to use that. But you're right, because when you're in sort of that slugfest, and then this first half of this game starts a slugfest, and you're looking at your shot selection and your turnovers, and you're saying to yourself, that recipe is staying the same. How do you change it? We talked about the second half, seeing more cutters and playing more inside out. I think they trapped the post in the first play of the game, and Jameer turned it over, and it was like, oh, we went away from that. You can't go away from what you do well. You have to create offense the way you do. We posted the ball much better in the second half. Defense to offense created some really good assist opportunities for us, and then it sort of gave us some confidence. And then I thought we had good possessions. We were able to run good offense through Tyler, through Jameer, in and around the rim a little bit more. We can't go away from that when teams start to play these different styles against us. We have to be able to keep that, like you said, when it's not working one way, we got to have the adjustment. And I thought in the second half, being able to play through some other guys in and around the rim, getting some good plays on inside-out action. I know Tyler in particular had a couple really good plays where he passed it out of the post or off the drive. It's just a different way of playing for us, and we can't go away from that. It's been a theme all season that when you start to go